Brother lads, welcome back to the Cossy Arsenal podcast. My name is Cossy. Welcome back to a brand new video. This is the latest Arsenal news and transfer news as well. Liverpool are interested in signing Victor Gyokeres. They need a centre forward this summer, according to sources around the club. And Victor Gyokeres is the player on top of their priority list. We're going to be talking about that. Arsenal have been offered another offer by Olympique Marseille, 27 million euros, around 21 million pounds. Arsenal feel, it is getting closer to what they want, and Olympique Marseille feel they will sign the player eventually after agreeing personal terms. We'll also talk about our second signing of the summer, as Fabrizio confirms the deal is getting closer and closer and closer. So hit the like button, subscribe to the channel as well. Arsenal moving closer to a second signing, but also we have light and information on who is going to be our third signing of the summer if nothing changes. But Victor Gyokeres could go and end up at Liverpool. Guys, that is why I'm not very happy. Of course, I'm smiling, but I'm not very, very happy on this video. So let us start off with the big story as well. Arsenal are back in London after the USA tour. We played 3 games there, and I've got to say, yeah, it was a good tour. It was, I would say good games. Liverpool, Manchester United, Bournemouth. Maybe we didn't win all of them, and maybe that's the reason for many Arsenal fans not to feel very, very okay right now. But if you sum up everything, I think Arsenal really deserve a lot of credit for organizing those games, but also playing the way we played without the players we were lacking. Now, we are back in London to prepare for 2 more preseason games. Leverkusen on Wednesday and Lyon on Sunday. After that, it will be all preparations for the Premier League game that comes your way on the 17th of August as we take on Wolves in the opener of the Premier League. However, Arsenal coming back to London doesn't only mean preparations for the season and preparations for Lyon and Leverkusen. It also signifies a very big step in the future of some players. So last week, as I reported, Fabrizio said that a couple of players had told Arsenal after the USA tour, when we come back in London, we want to sort out our futures. And those players include Nketiah, who has agreed personal terms with Olympique Marseille, Reiss Nelson, who has basically turned down a chance to join Leicester City, and also the likes of Aaron Ramsdale and Gyokeres. So all these players, after Arsenal coming back in London, it is now time for them to sort out their future. It's high time. It's 17 days to the beginning of the new season, and I think most of these players, wherever they're going to go, they're going to be more important as starters. Reiss Nelson, if he goes to Leicester City, I bet he will be a starter. Nketiah, if he goes to Olympique Marseille, he will be a starter. Ramsdale, if he goes to Nottingham Forest, he was going to be a starter. Who's the other one? Gyokeres, if he goes to Juve, or if he goes to Inter Milan, there's a question. Does he start at Inter in that backline where they have the likes of Stefan De Vrij and Bastoni? There's a question there. But if he goes to a club like AC Milan, there's a chance that he could actually start. So because most of these players are wanted by clubs where they're going to be important parts of the project, you expect them to start getting their deals progressing and advancing very, very quickly. So I think the first one we will see out of the way is Nketiah. And let's start off with Nketiah on this one. As Nketiah, Arsenal have now, been told they're going to receive an offer of 27 million euros. That is 21 million pounds from Olympique Marseille. Marseille initially had given us 2 proposals, and those proposals, the latest of those proposals was around 17 million euros. 17 million pounds. 17 million pounds is around 23 million euros. Arsenal saying, that's not enough. Can you raise it a little bit? But the feeling around Nketiah and the feeling around this deal is that it is getting closer and closer and closer. Marseille are getting closer to getting their guy. Personal terms already in place. A contract, a 5-year deal has already been agreed between the player and Marseille. So we're just waiting for that one, here we go from Fabrizio, where Arsenal and Marseille can reach an agreement. So a 27 million euro deal, if much of that money is realistic, if the structure is realistic, let's say Arsenal get 25 million in guaranteed payments and then 2 million in those nonsensical add-ons, yeah, we will let him go. Because honestly, with all these players on big wages, Arsenal don't have a lot to do. Our hands are pretty much tied. So Eddie Nketiah could be the first one to leave, but as Arsenal come back in London, more players are now expected to sort out their future, especially those that have told the club, we want to assess our options. Reece Nelson has said that. Kivia said he wants to assess his options. Ramsdale said a long time ago that he wants to play more regularly, and Nottingham Forest are actually working on a deal to sign him. Now, our second signing of the summer is getting closer and closer. Fabrizio today has given us a massive update on this deal, and he has said the big part of the work has been done. The hardest part of the work has been done. I mean, there was no hard part of the work because Arsenal felt like they were confident always. They knew they were going to get the deal done. They knew it was a deal that was in our hands. It was up to us to do the deal or to actually fail to do the deal. But Fabrizio says the biggest part of the work has been done. Underground work has actually paid off. Mikel Merino will be a Gunner very, very soon. So the structure is what's going to hold up. God, I hate Arsenal negotiating structures for deals. To put that into perspective, Declan Rice, we agreed a £105 million deal with West Ham, and it took us 2 weeks to iron out the structure. Ricardo Calafiori, it took us 2 weeks to iron out the structure. So Arsenal are very good, and it's very easy for us to agree a fee for a player. We'll give you 40 million. We'll give you 105 million. We'll give you 32 million. But the problem always comes when when it comes to the structure. Arsenal want to pay less in terms of fixed or guaranteed money, and the other clubs always want more in terms of fixed payments or what you call guaranteed money. So let's wait and see. I hope this structure doesn't really take a long time. It is 32 million euros, 2 million in add-ons. 30 million should be guaranteed. If we can get that done, like, it's a £25 million deal. It's not going to be an easy one when it comes to Edu and Mikel Arteta negotiating, but maybe all I'm praying for is by this time next week, that is Thursday next week, let us have this deal done. Like, let it be out of the way. Yes, we have an agreement on the fee. We have an agreement in place, but let it be shut up. As simple as that. God, I beg you, because Arsenal, I know my team. When it comes to structure, when it comes to those useless add-ons, we'll give you 10 million if Arsenal win the Champions League in 2049. Like, seriously? But anyway, our second signing of the summer is getting closer and closer, and you should be excited about that. However, one thing you're not going to be excited about is Viktor Gyokeres. So if you've watched my previous video, I've said that Fabrizio feels and Fabrizio knows that the deal for Gyokeres at Arsenal is viewed as unaffordable. Very expensive, unaffordable, and they would only do it if the price comes down. And I also agree with Fabrizio. We should only do that deal if the price comes down. I agree with Arsenal. We should do the deal if the price comes down. But now, guys, we have a problem, and that problem is the nosy neighbors at Liverpool. You know that they wear the same colors. Today I wore this Arsenal shirt. They wear that red, and of course they're very bad at designing. Liverpool are interested in Viktor Gyokeres, and Gyokeres is a player that is available this summer. Should a club trigger his release clause? Should a club offer an offer to Sporting CP that they feel is good enough to do? He's available for sale. He is for sale. Sporting have never come out this summer and said he's not for sale. He's not going anywhere. They've always maintained their position. If you want to take him, trigger the release clause. If you don't want to take him, don't come close to his release clause. So they're not willing to negotiate at the moment, as per what I understand, but they are willing to sell if someone gives them the money they want. The problem I have with Liverpool coming into this deal is one. Liverpool have one of the best attacks in the Premier League that is criminally underrated. Gakpo, Jota, Salah, Diaz, Nunes. There is another player there. There's another player. Of course, if I add the likes of Elliott, right? That is good. that is good enough to win you the Premier League in terms of an attack. It's actually decent enough to win you the Premier League, that attack. Diaz is a world-class player. Salah is a world-class player. Gakpo, not world-class, but he's decent enough. Jota is decent enough. And Darwin Núñez, not decent, but he's okay. So, if Liverpool are looking to add another striker to that team, it justifies what I've been saying, guys. It justifies what I've been saying, that however, flexible, however versatile all these forwards we have, Arsenal need a number 9. Why are Liverpool, for Christ's sake, getting a number 9 with that attack? Because they know that you've got to get a guaranteed source of goals. And the guaranteed source of goals they had was Mo Salah, and Mo Salah is diminishing in return. So you need to go and get a good number 9. You need to go and get a good goal source. For us at Arsenal, the problem is that we don't think about our other players diminishing, in their return. We think they're just going to score and score and score and score and score. It is possible. It's very possible that we'll see all these other players just score goals. But it's also possible that they diminish. And we have already seen it with Martinelli from 15 to 5. We have seen it with Odegaard from 15 to 8. So I think that should be enough, enough warning signals. Those are enough warning signals for us to know and for us to understand that a striker is inevitable. So Liverpool taking Gyokeres will hurt me. Liverpool taking Gyokeres will pain me because they're already good in attack. They're already lethal. They can finish chances and they can create the chances. And then they add Gyokeres, and yet Arsenal are struggling with Nketiah, Jesus, and Havertz. Come on. Like, really, really come on. I tell you, if they sign Gyokeres and get a midfielder with a manager like Ancelotti, they have a chance at the Premier League. They honestly have a chance at the Premier League. The only reason as to why I say right now that Liverpool are far away from the Premier League title is the nonsense they have done in the transfer window so far. They've been absolutely trash and rubbish. Like, they're not doing deals. They are not even linked with players. But if they get Gordon, and they get from Newcastle, and they get Gyokeres from Sporting CP, and they get a decent midfielder in that midfield, Liverpool is back. For me, what Arsenal have to understand is maybe the price is high, and I don't know what happened to us. I don't know. Ever since the David Raya deal, Arsenal have been very cautious about the way we spend. It could be that the 200 million we spent last summer caught up with us. Maybe that could be the reason. Because if it's not that, honestly, we have not seen Arsenal spend, transfer money this summer. We've got to be honest. We have not seen Arsenal spend transfer money this summer. What we have seen is money from ESR spent, money from the likes of Lokonga spent. If you do a total of what we have spent and what we have brought in terms of sales, it's a match, right? The two are matching. So I'm asking myself, did we really come to the market with an empty wallet? Is that possible? No way. There were reports that Arsenal financially were better, but also we don't need reports to know that we are financially better. Champions League, we went far, and we qualified for Champions League in a long time. There's money there. We finished second. TV money. There's a lot of money, guys. I'm not saying Arsenal should just spend 100 million, 200 million. No. What I'm trying to say is there is no way we came to the market with an empty wallet. No way. I'm not believing that. So we should, for me, put up a fight if Gyokeres is going to go to Liverpool. We should put up a fight. Because what you don't want to do is you don't want to let Liverpool strengthen in an area where you need to strengthen and yet for you get weaker. Let's say Nketiah leaves and we sign a winger. Is our striking force getting better or weaker? Weaker. So for me, regardless of what there is happening, regardless of what they say, I think a striker is inevitable. I think a striker is a is a priority for us. If he's going to Liverpool, I don't like that. I don't like that. Now, today, of course, it has been said that Arsenal are looking to sign a winger as they look at the striker market as bland and empty and lack of, lacks opportunities. That's okay. We don't need many opportunities. We don't need a lot. Let's just go and get our Victor Gyokeres and hop off the market. It's as simple as that, guys. As simple as that. But I want your thoughts there. Him to Liverpool, and then Arsenal signing a winger. If Nketiah leaves and Reece Nelson leaves, and we replace them with one player and it's a winger, it's not good enough. It's not good enough. I'm looking at Man City. I'm looking at Liverpool. I'm looking at Man United. They have signed, Zaxi. They already have Hoyland there, and they've signed Chido Obi Martin, who they've told you're going to be our third choice striker. And for us, we are going to allow Gyokeres to go to Liverpool? Guys? No. It's not good enough. It's not good enough. I wouldn't really want that. But anyway, it's a story that is out there, and I wanted to give my thoughts on it.